Thinking about starting a childcare business? Well, what are you gonna name it? Before you settle on one, let's talk about it really quick. My name is Dani Christine. I am a nationwide childcare business consultant, and I also happen to own 4 childcare centers in the state of New York. Even though my centers are all under one brand name, I've actually had the pleasure of trying to come up with a childcare program name 2 times, because I started off as a group family daycare provider in my home, and that home daycare was under a different brand name, and then I started off fresh in 2017 when I expanded to open a center-based location. You'd think I'd be more wise picking the name a second time around, but no. And the reason is I didn't have the information that I do have now at the time back then when I was picking my program names. But thankfully, our centers have become a very recognizable brand within our community, so I'm not too much worried about it personally anymore. But for you, if you are currently starting off fresh, trying to start your program from the ground up, and you're in the process of figuring out a name, this video is for you. Here's a few things to consider as you're brainstorming your childcare business name. If you don't already have a large wait list of people wanting to enroll their children with you as soon as you open your doors, and you know you're gonna have to rely on search engines for families to discover you, you're gonna wanna make sure that your legal business name includes a keyword if possible. And by keyword, I mean the words that people are going to type into those search engines online as they're looking for childcare. Common keywords in our industry include daycare, childcare, center, home daycare, things like that. So let's say that you want your brand name to include a legacy family member's name or a last name or something unique. And let's just use ABC as an example. If you want to include a keyword in there, it would be best to have your legal business name as ABC Childcare Center or ABC Home Daycare. Other keywords often include things like Montessori, pre-K, universal, or preschool. More specific words like that which hint at a curriculum or a specific learning style. You should be really careful with those types of specific keyword types of names in order to make sure you're not infringing upon any laws or using words you're not supposed to because you don't have the right type of license or endorsement to do so. For example, when I wanted to register my first program's name, I wanted to use the word preschool in the legal business name. But I learned that in order to use the word preschool in my business name, I was going to have to register with the state education department and follow their regulations, which was a whole other unnecessary step. I was opening a home daycare that was already gonna have to be licensed by and follow the rules and regulations of our state childcare licensing agency. I was not intending to start up a school that would need to be overseen by the state education department. So I just decided against that. Remember, if you're starting a true business, that name will likely be registered somewhere, somehow. Even if you're going to be operating as a sole proprietor, which means that you're choosing not to form a corporation or an LLC, which I do not recommend. Please make sure that you're creating some sort of separation between you personally and your personal assets and your personal liability, and create a corporation or an LLC, create some sort of separation there. But let's say that you don't and you want to operate as a sole proprietor. If you're going to hang up a sign or give parents paperwork that has a brand name on it, that would mean you're doing business as that brand name. So you would really need to register that brand name as a DBA. DBA stands for doing business as. Registering a DBA is typically quick and inexpensive in comparison to actually forming a business entity like an LLC or a corporation, but it does not protect you personally, and it does not have the same sort of tax advantages that a corporation or LLC would. So be sure to consult an attorney that can help and guide you towards the right type of entity that would be best suited for you. Anyway, you might be asking, why does it matter? Really, why does it matter if you have a keyword in your business name? Well, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, it will help you be more discoverable to families that are using search engines to find childcare. Once your business name is registered and you have the location you're going to be opening up in secured, you should list your business on Google Maps and create your website. A lot of people find web design really intimidating. However, I promise you it is very easy. You can do it yourself. I have helped many clients over the years start their websites on their own, and I decided to package all of that information into a course so that you can go through it at your own pace. If you need some guidance on how you can build a powerful website for your childcare business, please check the description box for the link so you can apply to my course, Childcare Remote Control. So as I was saying, as you're building your website, you want to optimize it for search engine, paying very close attention to what is known as SEO. SEO stands for search engine optimization. If it's available and not too lengthy, the domain name that you pick for your website should actually match your legal business name, which, if you're paying attention, should include a keyword. So going back to my example, it would be something like abcchildcarecenter.com. It would be even better if your domain name could also include the neighborhood where your childcare program is located in. But again, only if it's not going to be too crazy or too long. You don't want your URL to be confusing. If you'd like a more detailed video about search engine optimization, please go to my comment section and type in the words SEO. The way that your business name is represented in the real world, like on your building signage or on your program license, should be the way that it is represented on Google Maps listings as well. And going back to the importance of keywords, if that real world representation of your business name, which is now transferred onto Google Maps listings, if that name includes a keyword, it means that you will have a better chance of ranking higher on Google Maps search results. Getting your business to rank highly on Google is something that's going to take some time anyway, especially if there is a lot of competition in the area, but you have a better chance of having it done faster if your name and website and domain name are all optimized properly. This is also something I cover in way more detail in my course, Childcare Remote Control, which again is linked in the description. Anyway, let's say you choose not to use a keyword in your business name, that's fine. But you should at least consider if your business name or brand name is going to be recognizable to passerbyers without it. I'll use my own company as an example. My company name is Academic Explorers. There have been a few occasions where some parents have made mention that, oh, I pass by there all the time and I didn't realize that it was a daycare. Now, thankfully, this has not happened too often because we actually do have the keywords listed in smaller letters underneath the big brand name. So we have it where it says preschool and childcare center. But if someone was only just looking at the big Academic Explorer sign at the very top of the building, I get it. I would understand why they wouldn't know that we are a daycare. If you don't know who we are, Academic Explorer sounds like it could be anything. It could be a camp, it could be a tutoring center, it could be anything. So you want to make sure that the name that you pick can be distinguished as a daycare or childcare or preschool. And as a complete side note, don't get hung up on those types of descriptive words either. A lot of people argue, we're not a daycare, we actually teach, or we're not this, we're not just babysit, we're not like, you need to understand that parents are going to search what parents are going to search. If you want your business to be full, fast, realistically, like if you need enrollment, you need to be using keywords, if not in your business name, at least in your descriptions, your representations online, somewhere on your website. You need to use those words so that you can be showing up when parents are searching for those words, if they're your ideal family. It's not to say that if you are a Montessori program, you should use the word daycare all over the place. If you truly do not identify as a daycare and that you don't want any families that are searching for the term daycare, that's not you, I get it, don't use it. But if you are a licensed daycare program by the state and you are a daycare and you know that if families are searching for the term daycare, they could ideally be your client, maybe use that word. I don't know, it's up to you. But that kind of ties back into what I was saying before about creating a separate video for just SEO, which again, if you'd like me to make that video, just comment SEO below. And I do also understand that you may want to pick a name that is very meaningful to you, and that might be what you would prefer to focus on, like the meaning behind the name. I totally get that, and I completely agree. But hopefully this video helped you to figure out how to make sure that name is something that will be discoverable and helped you find some balance as you're brainstorming and settling on the perfect one. If this video was helpful for you, please scroll down and click on that like button. While you are down there, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you can be notified every single time I post a new video. Well, whatever childcare business name you do end up choosing, remember that it should match your legal business name or DBA. It should match the name on your license. It should match the name on your Google business listing, and it should absolutely match the name that is on your domain and all over your website. Again, if you need help building your childcare website, I can help you if you apply for my course, Childcare Remote Control. You can find the link to the application in the description box of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.